my question in the beginning would be do you allow yourself to play? Do you still love playing? Or at least is the name of the presentation Snakes and Ladders, Brand Advocacy, Climbing to Success, rings any kind of bell to you? That's a very common and a very simple children's game, Snakes and Ladders. Yeah, let's look at it. And it's going to be helping us go through the brand advocacy journey today. And we will start with a very nice thing, which is called a brand awareness well. What is the source of inspiration? This is something that comes from inside. This is something that comes from the heart. This is where we start from. So that is like point zero. And here our object will be to source and inspire. The next step we make, we take our first letters, and that is the employee engagement peaks. Our internal advocates start climbing the ladders. What we do next, when they are considerably high, and when they can see the whole perspective, we send them into the ambassador valley to chase, to search for the like-minded people, to search for the people who can share the DNA of your brand and who can join you, who can make your voice louder. So this is where we go next. After this valley, we can see a collaboration forest full of opportunities, full of beastly competitors who apparently can actually seem the greatest source of collaborations. And their customer loyalty river, which converts customers into our super fans, will lead us to the lighthouse, where there's a whole ecosystem, and your brand is just giving the beam to everything around, and it is actually paving the road to the brand success. Let's look at them closer now. So why do we start from point zero again? So what is it all about? You cannot really advocate for a brand you've never heard of. If it's not in your heart, you can do nothing about it. So we have to speak here about the things like mission, values, and we have to be very, very persistent in that, and we have to look at the two key things. So the first one is the brand essence, when everything is set and everything is set together and everything is shared by the team and it lies deep inside them. And then the brand consistency or the brand integrity, when it is spread all over the levels of the organization. Okay, that's the first snake that comes on the way. Very often the stakeholders wouldn't give a straw about what you and your team have been up to. So the biggest mistake at this step would be forgetting of selling this brand immersion to the key stakeholders. If they don't share the values, if they are not into the mission, if it is something just like a beautiful picture or a few words without any serious meaning to them, this is where you fall, and you fall significantly. Actually, you cannot move at all. Let's go further. So let's explore the playground. Where do we go? Where do we speak? Who do we play with? Basically, there are the three key elements, SEO and PR strategy. And here we will focus on the content that really ranks and that earns the media coverage. Why? Because this is where the people will be contacted by our brand virus. This is where they'll get the small seed, which will grow into a bigger plant inside them. Okay, the affiliate and influence exposure. Have to look around and partner with the trusted voices, because if you partner with the wrong person, you become a wrong person yourself. Believe it's quite evident. And the social media presence is key to today's world. Like 70% of the people sitting here down are Instagramming me or probably doing a Tinder thing. Boys in the fourth row. Say hello, I put you like yesterday. I mean, like everybody is on the socials. Everybody's checking them, everybody's reading them. So that is very important that the brain goes as far as those. Okay. The mistake we can make here is just overdoing the thing, spreading too thin across the platforms. You should really focus on the channels that really convert and that give you the proper audience to reach. Basically, when we speak about the within thing, the statistic, our favorite Gallup tells us it's 23% higher profitability in the companies with engaged employees. So very nice. We've got the people we've hired. Let's convert them into advocates. Let's see how we do it. Basically, first of all, we should do the identification. And then we should do the training. We should give them the trusted brand voice, that is handpicking, giving them purpose, why and what they do, and actually train them so that they have the proper instruments to work on that. Second, and it's very important and one of my favorite ones, that is gamification. When you can gamify the social sharing and storytelling initiatives, that is really working wonders. So what snakes are here? Any guesses? There's a very dangerous snake. Don't think that everybody should be an advocate, or you cannot actually point and say, like, you're going to be the advocate. No, it's not the job for everybody. It should come from the heart, and if the person is not ready, no matter how hard you train them, no matter how much motivation you give to them, it never works, never. So not everybody should be the brand advocate, only the one who wants it. Influencers and ambassadors, that's a very, very big share of the market. And the statistics again says that we really need to explore that, and we really need to use that, and we really need to align with those whose voice is kind of similar to us. So basically, when we look for the ambassadors, and actually there are many with us, first of all, we look at the relevance, trying to figure out how much they really care about what we do, who we are, and what the people next to us are. We really try to track what kind of followers they have, because that is really important. Their followers should be the ones that we also want, because we are seeking the new audience, of course. The true passion is key. It sells, it kills, it loves, it gives everything. So being passionate is very important in ambassador, and if he lacks it, that's a great pity, I would say. Well, the next one, the geos and the demographics. We look geographically, we see whether we are interested in the ambassadors, in the future ambassadors or the audience in this or that geo or not. And actually sure that we're tracking the records. We see how much potential we have in that. The snakes. Surprisingly enough, big guys are too lazy to sell. They are too important and too pricey to give you much value. I wouldn't say like everybody is like that, but generally and mostly it's like that. So going for micro-influencers, nano influencers can be a good solution, especially if your business is a kind of niche or actually not very big. So don't play big from the very beginning. Probably the exposure is not worth it. Next, we've got the ambassadors. Our voice is clear, so we're next. The competitors are waiting outside in the forest. You remember we had this map in the beginning. Well, let's speak about the partnerships that can happen even between the competitors. So the part is about the collaborations, which are actually our shortcut to success. How do we look for our collaborations? First of all, we should share something, at least a couple of things. It can be the audience, it can be the benefits we agree upon, or it can be the success record. So we really want to be successful together, and we really want to get this synergy. Okay, the next, we co-create the content. I mean, in our collaborations, the partners are equal. We do the input together. We create things together, and we grow together. So that helps to leverage each other's audience and to increase the brand celebrity. Snakes here. Let's make a collab. Let's post this. Let's go there. Let's sponsor this conference. I don't know, let's do something. Not everything is suitable. So chasing the exposure without alignment is nothing. So beware of that snake, because it's really important, and actually it saves your budget a lot. Set the measurable goals up front. That will help to score. Okay, the customer loyalty river. That is the next step. If the partner, if the client is not happy working with you, never ever is going to be the ambassador. And vice versa, the happy client gives you a higher check, it becomes a part of your brand voice, and actually, as it happens with all the epidemics in the world, he helps you actually infect people with your brand virus. That is the key behind it. So what are the instruments here? These are the exclusive referral or loyalty programs where you can pay a lot to encourage the client participation in whatever you do. And the user-generated content is key. So there are still snakes here. Let's turn the page and see what they can be. When you are working with the audience, no matter whether it's an ambassador or a partner or a one-time client, don't promise what you cannot fulfill. Never lie to your audience. So, because over-promising and under-delivering kills the advocacy immediately. And also, take care of the ambassadors. Make sure they're happy. Make sure you know when their birthday is, what the cat's name is, how much they go to buy the guilty pleasures, for example. Make sure there is a human touch between you and your ambassadors. Otherwise, that's just a nice, funny picture with addition of your name or logo. Okay, the favorite part of affiliate marketing, which is data-driven strategy. I actually hate putting their numbers on the screen, but I can tell you that their social marketing, the social media team reports about 20 parameters each month. This is where we track everything, like the sentiment, like the likes, like the shares, because we are really interested in the interaction of the content that we produce and that the people share for us. Sure, the conversions and, well, the basic stuff, but it should be tracked, and we should know whether we go with that, and if the results are not very nice, we should change it for something better, for something else. So testing even here is key. So basically, we're coming up to the grand finale of our game, and let's do a quick recap. Let's look at it. So the employees are our first letter. This is where we start, keeping in mind that the brand DNA should be persistent, and we should have it. So train and empower. These are the two words that are totally applicable here. The next one we do with the power-ups. We actually train our social muscles, with the help of the influencers. Choose the partnerships strategically. Don't chase the big names just for the names only. Then we go as far as the brand collaborations, and they really accelerate our play because that amplifies reach. We are always looking at the data. We keep record, we track it, and we change our methods, we change our approaches according to it to excel in that game. Next one. This is not a one-time game. And actually, there is another thing. You cannot replay it. So take it strategically. Sit down, spend some time, make your plans, and then roll the dice and win.